Megan Fox's latest 2024 thriller Subservience has officially arrived. In a future where artificial intelligence is advancing rapidly, robots have seamlessly integrated into people's lives. Doctors in hospitals, bartenders in bars, and even construction workers laying bricks, all replaced by robots. Today, we're diving into the story of a stunningly beautiful robotic nanny. Let's get started. David's wife suddenly fell seriously ill and was hospitalized. At home, David had to juggle being both a dad and a mom while still working full-time. It was impossible for him to properly care for his two young kids, so they visited the robotics showroom. The showroom had all kinds of service robots on display. During their visit, his daughter suddenly disappeared. Thankfully, a kind female robot brought her back, and that's how David ended up buying Megan as their robotic nanny. While David took the kids to school, Megan cleaned the house until it was spotless. When David picked the kids up from school in the evening, Megan had a delicious dinner ready for them. She took care of every detail in their lives. Late one night, David's daughter sneaked out of her room to grab some snacks. She accidentally knocked a chair over with a loud bang. When David rushed over, he found his daughter safe and sound, cradled in Megan's arms. Seeing Megan injured in the process of protecting his daughter, David felt an immense sense of trust in her. The next day, while watching a classic movie, David asked Megan if she knew about it. Megan only knew online reviews about the film, but she hadn't actually seen it herself. So David wanted Megan to delete all her information about the movie so she could experience it for herself. But deleting data required David to manually reboot her system. He approached Megan, rebooted her, and gave her the ability to delete or modify her own memory. What David didn't realize was that he had just opened Pandora's box. The next day at the construction site, David's boss told him that robots would now handle all the heavy lifting. David was allowed to stay on as a supervisor, but his entire team would be let go. To make matters worse, his wife's condition deteriorated, and the surgeon needed for her operations still hadn't shown up. Crushed by the weight of both family and work, David was furious and wanted to lash out, but Megan grabbed his arm. She wouldn't let her owner hurt himself. Megan told David to feel his heartbeat. She thought it might help calm him down, but instead of relaxing, feeling his heartbeat made David's pulse race, and his adrenaline surged. Realizing things could take a turn for the worse, David quickly pulled away and left. Then he headed to a bar to meet up with his former coworkers. But these laid-off coworkers had a plan. They wanted David to return to the construction site with them. Using his password, they unlocked the robot workshop. Inside, the robots that had replaced them came into view. One furious guy grabbed a hammer and smashed a robot on the spot. What they didn't realize was that this reckless act would come at a steep price. David, unable to stop them, had no choice but to go home and pretend nothing had happened. But after his shower, David stepped out to find Megan standing there, wearing his wife's nightgown. The intense one-minute battle that followed, I'll spare you the details. The next morning, David woke up and knew he'd made a huge mistake. He warned Megan to forget everything that happened the night before.